gosh, you're watching Shasta's Journey, and my name is Shasta Garcia. Sit back and be inspired, because on this episode, I will be interviewing a local man who is a professional recording artist and also a past contestant on American Idol. He is going to share his faith in Jesus Christ and how it has transformed his life. And also, he's going to be doing a live performance, so please stay tuned. Thank you, Gary, so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has. It's been like 3 years or something like that.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, he was actually a guest on a previous talk show that I hosted, and that was actually before he went on American Idol, or was that afterwards?
That was afterwards.
Afterwards.
Like 2 weeks after.
Yes, and he has came a long way since then. Mm-hmm. You just got signed, correct?
Yeah. Knacknud Sound Studios is actually recording my stuff, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so excited for you to be on the show and just to get a behind-the-scenes look into your life and what God is doing in and through you, and also kind of where your roots are, because that's something that I've never really gotten to know, so it's going to be really great.
Yeah, let's get to it.
For sure. Well, I think the best way to start in sharing your story is to go back to your childhood, because that's a huge part of who you are and why you do what you do today.
I want to start off with my parents. My parents met in Mexico, and they had me in Sacramento. I was born in 1992, February 9th, a few days ago. 25 now. But back then, I was kind of poor. We were kind of poor, and we lived in a print shop. And from there on, my parents worked really hard and got their own place and stuff like that. So it's hard to bring up because it's my past, you know.
Mm-hmm. How did that shaping of where you lived and who you were raised by has affected you into who you are today?
Well, my parents were really hard workers, and I saw that at a young age, you know, like they were really pushing really hard, knocking on doors, getting jobs. My dad was a printer, so he just worked really hard, and I saw it 24/7. I lived in the shop, and I saw him work every day. So it was inspiring.
And do you think that's why you sing to inspire and also work as hard as you can?
Of course. I love it. So.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you picked up a guitar? I mean, I imagine that it was somewhere in your childhood.
Yeah. Well, the first time I picked up my guitar was like when I was a baby, because my dad had a Gibson Explorer, some shiny, beautiful guitar. And it was like my toy, you know. It's like when usually kids look at cartoons like that and they're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, you know. But guitar was for me. My uncles and used to get together and jam all the time when I was a baby, and I saw that, and it was wonderful.
So music was already in your family?
Yeah. I mean, they used to play, but it wasn't serious. And they were just having fun, and I guess that's what inspired me, you know, the fun part. Mm-hmm. And I just want to have fun. That's it.
Exactly. So we know that guitar, you know, really sparked your interest at a young age.
Yeah.
But what about your faith in Jesus? When did that come about?
I wasn't really faithful until I was like 17. That's when I started getting a little more into God and stuff. But I took a trip to Mexico with my parents, and we went to this place called Talpa. And there's this huge, like, gathering of people, millions of people that just go to this little town, and it's not a fancy church they had there. It's not fancy. It's small. But they went there, and I saw all these people get touched by God, and it's like, it's a miracle, you know. It's like when you see that happen, when you see all these people come together, then I started, you know, connecting the dots. You know, this is what matters, you know.
Mm-hmm. From that point in your life, how did you see God work after you knew what he was already doing in others' lives?
In others' lives, like for my mom, she had cancer, you know, and that's why we went to Talpa. She made that promise to where she would go there and pray to God. And that's what we did. We all did. And after that, it would just change my life. Wow. Honestly, my mom talked about seeing Jesus Christ come on the wall when she had cancer, when it was really bad. And she told me that, and it just changed my whole view on it.
And from that experience, what happened to your mom after that?
She healed. She made it. She made it through, and she's all right. So I thank God for that.
That must have been an incredible experience to actually witness God working a miracle in your life.
Yeah, it was really, really crazy. It touched me, that's for sure. It changed my life.
And are your parents pretty inspirational in your faith walk?
My mom is. That's for sure. Really, my mom is. My dad's, he's like, but we talk about it.
That's all that matters. It's
Yeah,
just,
we're just trying to, get a relationship with God. It's empowering, that's for sure.
absolutely.
And of all the things that I've gone through, it's like God's like set this path for me. It's like all these American Idol, The Voice, my parents having, the ability to support me, all this different things. It's like, it's a plain sight to see. It's like a perfect path.
And along this path, you have discovered a passion for singing and playing guitar and making music.
Yeah.
And how has God helped fuel that passion of yours?
Well, when I was just sitting there and writing music and stuff like that, and for me to be chosen, I don't know, he gave me that gift for me to be and fall in love with it, for me to be chosen, and I see other people not doing it, other people playing music and not achieving goals, and it's sad to say, but that's true. It's like, I don't know, he picked me for some reason. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm gonna find out.
It's your purpose, Gary.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And the show is really all about finding your path to a purpose. And I know, I'm on my journey to finding a path to a purpose.
Yeah.
So being able to see what God is doing through your journey of life is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and all the bad things that I've gone through, it's like, my mom's had cancer, my brother was murdered, I was sexually assaulted when I was 8 years old. I mean, there's rough times in my life, but I made it through, But I'm only speaking that way because I want everybody else to know that you could come from a bad background or a good background. Doesn't matter. You could do anything you want. It's all about you. What you got in here?
And because of those experiences, does that kind of mold why you sing? What's your purpose behind singing?
It just makes me feel good. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes me feel good, and it makes others feel good. And then I see that, and it makes everybody smile, and that's all I want, everybody to be happy,
I know on your American Idol billboard, it actually said, "I sing to inspire."
Yeah.
And how have you seen that come to life?
Well, I've seen that with my friends online and stuff like that. They started posting videos of themselves singing and stuff, and maybe they don't have a great recording staying at home, but they're trying. And that's what I used to do, and they see me struggling, just a camera, boom, put it out there and just record, and everybody likes it, Everybody else is doing it now, so it's pretty cool.
How do you think that you have progressed? So from picking up a guitar as a little boy, from uploading YouTube videos, correct? You started doing that. What was the process to becoming a professional recording artist? I mean, it didn't happen overnight.
No, it did not. No, it was 8 hours a day in my room. No fun, practically. Well, it was fun for me, but everybody else thought it was, oh yeah, that's stupid, or that's boring. You should go get a job. There's so many things out there that's a negative thing. But I didn't listen. I stuck to my guns, and here I am.
How have you overcame the negativity that was pressing on you?
I can ignore things pretty well.
Well, that's good.
That's the way it is.
Well, I can imagine, singing is such a competitive field.
Oh, yeah, it's very competitive.
That people can have negative attitudes towards people who are trying to achieve that.
Yeah, there's got to be jealousy out there, of course. It's the way it is. It's just life.
Do you think that your faith has helped you stand your ground?
Yeah, 100%. It gives me confidence, doing this right here, sitting right here, telling my story.
And how do you stay so firm through all those people telling you, stop doing it?
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, honestly. It's when I played guitar and sang for the first time, and everybody started smiling, being happy. Now that, you can't lie. Your facial expressions don't lie. The way your eyes look, they don't lie. Everything doesn't lie. So when people around you are happy, you start to recognize that. And then, oh yeah, they don't have to say it. They don't have to say you're good. They don't have to say you're amazing. It's just body language.
And you saw the outcome of just pushing through of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because you got the awesome opportunity to go on American Idol.
Yeah.
So how did that start? That's a huge part of the starting point of just kind of becoming who you are?
Well, my dad was pushing me. He was like saying, "You should do the show. You should do America's Got Talent." That was my first show, and I did that when I was 16 years old. And
Wow.
we drove all the way down to L.A. We waited in the Walmart parking lot. We slept in the car just for the audition.
Wow.
So I did that about like 12 times. It's for other gigs and stuff, but that's normal. But that's the way. That's a musician's life. But America's Got Talent, I didn't get in. It's like you said, no, you're not good enough. Oh, you're not good enough. But I didn't listen. I knew that's what I wanted to do. Something just made me gravitate towards music, and I wanted it so bad.
And even though that didn't work out, how'd you get to where you are now with being a professional recording artist?
A lot of hard work. Like I said, I saw other musicians there that were really good that didn't make it. So it's like you got to put two and two together, add it up in your head, what you want to do exactly to make it happen.
Did the label see a video of you, or how did that all come about?
Being professional?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Like getting signed, basically.
Oh, getting signed. So I was down there in Lodi at the music box, and I was going in, getting a piece of equipment. And this little pickup back over there, you'll see in a bit. But I was going there, and I said, "Can I try out this pickup?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then I just decided to play it. And then my dad's like, "Jam this song, jam your song, Gary." And I didn't feel like jamming that day, honestly. I didn't feel like playing. I was just there to get the pickup. And I started playing. Boom. And he picks up the bass. This guy, his name's Rick Duncan. That's the engineer. He picks up. He just runs over and pick it up like a little kid, just like I would. Boom. He just plays it, and he's playing along. And I was like, damn, that's really good. So he's like, "Well, I got a recording studio." And then that's it. Boom. That was it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's God right there. How many places can you run into someone like that? How many times can you be that lucky? I mean, it's outrageous.
It was definitely a divine encounter, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I love how everything is perfectly orchestrated. How God, literally lines up just the little puzzle
it's
pieces.
weird.
Like, okay, I'll put this person in your life and this person, and He truly makes it so you can live out your purpose.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I don't know.
Well, I'm just excited that you are able to just live your dream.
Yeah.
Because you have worked so hard for it. And I don't think that I can honestly grasp how much time and effort that you have put in
I couldn't even
making
explain
your
it.
music happen.
Yeah.
But I really want to talk about that because there's so much more to making an album than just going into the studio and recording.
Yeah.
So what exactly does it take for somebody who is interested in pursuing that, or just even listening to your music so that they appreciate how much hard work and effort that you put into it?
Well, you gotta if you love it, that's one thing. Another two is you gotta have an ego, but not too big of an ego. Don't let it, don't let people think you're oh yeah, he just thinks he's really good or anything like. Number three, keep that ego going. Don't let it get hurt by anybody saying, "Oh yeah, you suck," or blah blah blah. Anything like that, anything negative, just shrug it away. Number four is practice, 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 practice. I mean, serious practice, practice. I'm talking about when you're in school, you're thinking about music. When when you're outside dazing off, I'm thinking about music. If I'm just sitting here just thinking, I'm thinking about music all the time. So it's like if you're already like that, you already got a good chance. Mm-hmm. In other words, and if you gotta love music, but if it's just hard work. Honestly, I can't stress it enough.
Well, how have things changed since, being in your bedroom and recording YouTube videos to being in a professional recording studio with...
The transition was crazy. Yeah, the transition was insane. I went in and I met these professional studio musicians and their drummer, and we're charging $50 an hour. They're charging me $50 an hour to do this. So everything's got to be perfect, and you got to be fast. So it's intense. So if I mess up, that's another $50. If I mess up, that's another $50. So it took me to record Rain. It took me 8 hours.
Wow.
8 hours to record Rain.
That's a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah. So by the time the album done, it's gonna be a lot of money. But it just takes a long time, honestly. But the drummer just nailed it out 1 hour. Boom, that was $50. The organ just came in, nailed it out. Boom, that was another hour. And then when I did it, yeah, it was another hour. Boom, nailed it. Just laid down every track there is. So that's what I mean. Like, if you're gonna do this, you got to practice with a metronome. You got to get down 100%, 100%. And I'm picky as heck. I'm not gonna lie. You got to be so picky to where, I mean, if there's a spot on the wall, you know where it's at, even when you're not looking at it. You know, it's like that. That's how picky you got to be.
I never realized they record like the drums and the guitar and everything separately.
Yeah.
Wow, I just thought that they.
Well, some studios do it. Like in the old days, like in the 50s and the 40s, they used to do it. Like the Beatles and stuff, they used to do it all in one room.
Okay, yeah, because I've seen that like on movies and stuff,
Yeah.
where like everybody in all in one room. So when you said that, I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, how we laid down the first track was the drummer sat across from me, and he was like 40 feet away, and I was on this side recording the acoustic part, like the dummy track, I would call it. And he would just follow, and I'd tell him, okay, you're gonna hit this cymbal, hit that cymbal, and follow the kick, do this kick drum, and we just laid it out in an hour, that fast.
Wow.
So you gotta be on it. I mean, it's hard.
Because I know you're on it, I would love to see how all this hard work has paid off. And you're actually going to be doing a live performance of an original song.
Yeah, Rain.
And you wrote it, correct?
Yes, I wrote it, the whole thing.
Exciting. So he wrote it, you did the music and everything.
Did all the music, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. Okay, well, let's go ahead and see a
do it.
live performance of Gary Souza on Shasta's Journey.
So I'm sitting here playing my guitar once again for myself, and I looked out my window and I saw the rain was coming down. So I counted every raindrop that hit the ground. This reminds me of my home, 'cause it reminds me of the things that make us feel alright. 'Cause the world we're living in ain't so light, I know, but we got to try to live in it. 'Cause if the world ain't going your way today, just say, hey, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Just say, hey, there's always tomorrow. There's always
ever performed that song, correct?
That was the first time I performed it live for anybody, yeah.
Wow, that is so awesome. I'm so excited. That's wonderful. Well, I know behind every lyric there is a story.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So
And
where'd you get the inspiration to write a song called
I was
Rain?
actually sick that day, and I was feeling low, and it was rain outside, and I looked out my window, and there we go. And that was it. It just came out all of a sudden. I wasn't thinking of anything. It just came out.
Well, I love how you say that there's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's so much truth behind that.
Yeah, I know. It just came out. I don't know. Like there's a lot of truth. It's like that's what I like when I write lyrics. It means like a zillion things to other people. Yeah.
Well, what I love is that God can turn a mess into a message, a trial into a
Yeah.
testimony, and a struggle into a story.
Exactly.
And behind your life and your story, there was a storm.
Yeah, maybe
There was
that's
a
where it
big
came
storm.
from. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It just came out.
Well, behind those lyrics and throughout your life, what are some of the storms that you have been through that God has pulled you through and that you have overcome to see the tomorrow?
Yeah, I was depressed after American Idol. It took me a while to get over it, but yeah, I'm here.
And I mean, I'm sure there was other trials and tribulations that you've been through throughout your life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I said, my mom was had cancer and stuff like that, and I was sexually assaulted, and that was really bad. I mean, it's just really dark. It's it puts you. No one really understands it unless you've been through it, you know. And not too many people understand that it happens to guys too. It happens to guys, not just girls. And that's another thing I want to get across.
Well, I think if anybody can get that across, I think that you can.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's my purpose to tell everybody, you know, that you could come out of it. You could come out of the dark stuff.
Well, I mean,
and shine big too.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could do anything.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that can see this, but there seriously is light coming from Gary now that he has came out of the darkness. No, really, your lyrics are inspiring, your story is inspiring, and I think it's just phenomenal that you took the time to come on the show, just because your story is so unique and it totally deserves to be heard.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So from this point forward, where are you going along your journey?
Well,
so you're in the studio.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with the album, there's going to be a United States tour. I'm going to go from Florida to here. That's the plan.
Wow.
And I'm going to hit every club there is. I'm just going to play like crazy and just make this thing happen.
Do you know at all, is there a timeline of when you think your album will be out?
I say next year.
Next year?
Next year.
Man, I was thinking like April.
I wish. No, I'm by myself, you know, recording and making the music and stuff, you know. But
I know it takes time.
It takes time because I just want it to sound really good.
Well, I really hope that we'll be getting a signed copy of it.
Yes,
Okay.
you will.
Okay, good. I hope so.
You got me on the record saying it.
Okay. You heard it here. Maybe we'll get a little contest too, and we'll give out some Gary Souza albums when they come out.
Yeah. I also want to do a live performance at the new art center at Calaveras High School.
That would be awesome.
I want to do that and probably give all the money to the kids.
For the
arts
program?
Yeah, for the arts program.
That's wonderful. We were actually talking about that when we met up.
That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's the plan. I haven't told anybody, so if you're watching, give me a call.
Well, when I was talking with Gary, he was just sharing that when he was in, I think it was elementary school and middle school, just, from then on, the music program at a school had such a major impact on his life.
Yeah, it was huge. Like, Mr. Yomervik taught me how to play saxophone. Shout out to him. He got me going. And from there on, it was all the way till second grade, all the way till high school, I was doing music. Band, choir, guitar, and I learned a lot of different instruments.
Well, for those who are in the process of, finding that spark and that passion of whatever they are passionate about, whether that's music or not, what advice do you have for them to just keep pushing through and doing what they want to do? Don't
listen to anybody's negativity. Just be yourself. You got to be yourself. Like, for instance, you hear the way I just sang right now? I don't sound like anybody else. I sound just like me. And that's what American Idol wanted. person that sounded like themselves. They don't want somebody that sounds like Celine Dion. So that being said, make your own path.
I love that. Make your own path.
Yeah.
And we only have a few minutes left, but I really want to make a point to let the viewers know how they can find your music and also reach out to you if they want to.
Yeah, so you can reach me at www.facebook.com, Gary Souza Music, or you can go to the same name. So Gary Souza Loves Pantera. Oh, actually, Gary Loves Pantera, I'm sorry.
And then what about your music? I know that it's everywhere. So.
Yeah, you could go on Spotify, anything, Google Play, anything that you use, any kind of app you use, anything. I mean, seriously, just type in my name, Gary Souza, Rain, and you'll find it.
And he
or
does
Hey
have,
Drinka.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, like, he has more singles than just Rain, guys.
Yeah. There's going to be more coming out, so stay tuned.
Okay, great. Well, I expect you to send me a link over so I can let everybody know when it is and where it is. And actually, I'm so happy that he actually just got his Facebook back.
Yeah. Oh my God, tell me about it.
Yeah, well, for a short period of time, he was the only person on the planet without a Facebook account.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating.
Yeah, I actually thought he blocked me.
I didn't. Yeah, why would I block you?
I know, but I couldn't see any of his stuff anymore, and I was so concerned.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't do covers on Facebook. That's all I need to say.
You can get your Facebook pulled down, and it will not be good.
Yep. Universal Records took my stuff down.
But it's back.
But it's back.
It's back. And you guys should go like him on Facebook and also like Shasta's Journey on Facebook. And is there any other advice that you would like to give the viewers? Just a touch of positivity and...
If you're a musician, play with the metronome. That is the best advice I can give you. Play with the metronome. Because that engineer is going to be like this on you. He's going to be really hard on you. So work with that metronome.
And is there anybody that you would like to thank?
I would like to thank my parents. Shout out to my parents. I'd like to thank all my friends that support me along the way. And I would like to thank my fans too. You guys are very loyal. You're awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show,
Thank
Gary,
you.
and joining me once again. And I hope to get an update at some point along your path to purpose. And I just want to go ahead and steal some of Gary's words for a second. I just want to encourage you guys to make your own path and be yourself, and that you guys have a purpose. And if you have a story that you want to share, if you know somebody else who needs to share a story, please go look at shastasjourney.com. Find us on Facebook at Shasta's Journey, or you can go ahead and find us on YouTube and look at past episodes, and also email us at shastasjourney@gmail.com. Be blessed, guys.